one thing that on lighting that people thank me the most for is grabbing a studio strobe, because it's so incredibly useful. Really, really is. Also teaches you lighting, and there is nothing that you can throw more freaky-deaky interesting light mods on than a studio strobe. Light boxes, octoboxes, beauty dishes, on and on and on and on and on and on and on. I mean, it's just frigging endless. I wanted to show you one of these, for example, is an octobox, which is the most useful thing you can buy. You can actually get the cheap ones, which I've actually got a huge one over here on the side. You can't see it. It's a Cowboy Studios octobox. You usually grab those for like 60, 70 bucks. They're not made as well. They're all made in China, but even this one from Pulsey Buff, well, Pulsey Buff is based in Tennessee. The strobes are made in Tennessee. Their octoboxes are still made in China, but it is a really beefy, very high quality one. Like this is a 20 by 30 octobox, and it runs like 150 bucks. Comes with inner diffusion and outer diffusion panel, and you can also use a grid with it, which I have over here. I got like 6 of these from small to large. This is actually a patented design. A lot of softboxes are a total crotch pain to use, and this is actually a patented design, which is really, really easy to set up. And I'd highly consider, because there's nothing worse than having like one of those octoboxes that you have to break down and travel somewhere and then set up. Man, I mean, you'll just make you cuss and spit blood right out of your eyes, squirt blood right out of your out of your eyes from setting up one of those difficult octoboxes. I use Velcro straps for everything. I keep my inner diffusion fabric, my inner and outer diffusion fabric inside of my octoboxes. It makes things easy. You don't have to go hunting and pecking for things. Let me take it out here. Let me try to scoot back so you can see how easy this is. Let me first unsnap my inner diffusion panel. I snap that in there in case I were to lose it. It won't fall out since this snaps on the inside. I should just throw that over there. There we go. We only have 2 pieces here that we have to connect, and there's a large knurl knob. Now, it takes you 20 times longer, even if you got the skills to set up a normal softbox. These, oh, so simple. These, like I said, average basically twice as much, but they're worth 4 times as much. So there we go. The octobox is set up the same as these Pulsey Buff softboxes. You drop it in there. There is a grooved notch on the base prong center post, and now it's locked into place. All you have to do now is to use the Pulsey Buff ring on the back. Pull your 4 pin pliers, let them expand, and then your softbox or octobox is on your studio strobe. So for on location, it doesn't get any faster than this. Like I said, there's a inner diffusion fabric and an outer diffusion fabric, and since everything back here is covered in industrial Velcro, it's so easy to catch something on something like I just did right now, and just did again. Now someone's going to make fun of me for doing that, but anyway. This small room back here is not best for trying to handle an octobox. Now, I would put the inner diffusion fabric and outer diffusion fabric on it, like my octobox over here, which is a white screen which snaps into the inner portion, another white screen right over here. This is my grid. Does not come with the octobox. I think this one is like 39 bucks. You have to buy it separately. But it goes over on the inside, just like this, over top of the inner and outer diffusion fabric. Grab back here. There we go. What this does is gives you directionality and control over your lighting, so lighting isn't spilling everywhere. Everything is about lighting, but immediately after lighting, everything is about control over that lighting. You know, as the old movies go, you could spray and pray and hope you hit something, but you know, you could have all the lighting or all the weaponry in the world, but it's no good if you have no control over it. And the same is true of lighting and photography. So It's first about lighting, and then second about control over that lighting. So what this does is it gives you control over spill and the directionality of where it falls, so you can actually set your tonal regions on a person's face for specular, your midtone, and your shadow. Because, I mean, if you're going to blast everything with lights, like, well, I got a bunch of studio strobes, I'm just going to point them at the subject, boom! Well, great, you know, you've just taken a really professional snapshot. Person's perfectly illuminated, but you've given them no character at all. So, you have to not only have the lighting, you have to know how to control it. Like, what's the use of having a pack of attack dogs if they're all sitting around licking their buttholes and eating puppy chow, right? You know, they train these attack dogs, these German police dogs, these German shepherds in Germany. You know, obviously, when they're young little pups, I'll take care of this later. You know, they're sitting around, you know, licking themselves and eating puppy chow. The thing is to actually train them, right? So they're useful. It's like, well, we got a nice German shepherd here, and you go, yeah, but is he trained? Same thing with your lighting. It's like, I got a lot of lighting. Yeah, well, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you got a lot of lighting. Now the question becomes the hell with that, I'll get it later. The question becomes you know, do you have control over that lighting? And in most cases, people don't. And that's the most important thing. And it scares people. It's like, oh my God, it's lighting and light meters and wireless triggers. And it's not that hard. It is hard ultimately, but, you know, getting the fundamentals down is not that hard. So, things to consider. There's good light boxes, and then there's shitty light boxes. When there's not shitty, it's just, it takes too long to set up. And that makes it a pain in the ass. And that's not good. This only takes 30 seconds to set up. 30 seconds versus 10 minutes. 30 seconds versus 10 minutes. 30 seconds versus 10 minutes. Yeah. Kind of a math problem that solves itself there, isn't it? Thanks for watching. Catch you later. Bye!